Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some pre-1961 bats. We got the first game of a three-game series between the Orioles and Tigers in Detroit. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the Orioles. Leading off and playing center field is Baby Doll Jacobson. Batting second playing right field Jack Tobin. Batting third playing first base George Sisler. Batting fourth playing left field Ken Williams. Batting fifth playing third base Horland Clift. Batting sixth doing the catching Rick Farley. Batting seventh playing second base Sky Mello. Batting eighth playing shortstop Bobby Wallace. And on the mound for the Orioles batting ninth Jack Powell. And for the hometown Detroit Tigers, leading off playing left field Ty Cobb. Batting second playing center field Bobby Veck. Batting third playing right field Al Kaline. Batting fourth playing first base Hank Greenberg. Batting fifth playing second base Charlie Gehringer. Batting sixth playing third base Ray Boone. Batting seventh playing shortstop Harvey Kuhn. Batting eighth doing the catching Johnny Blasser. And on the mound and batting ninth Hal Newhouser. Let's get to Tiger Stadium and get this game started. And you see the team replay comparisons. You got the Orioles are 6-5, batting .270 with an on-base percentage of .328, slugging of .468, and an OPS of .796. Tigers are 5-5, batting .220 with an on-base percentage of .325, slugging of .354, and an OPS of .678. Baby Doll Jacobson will start this off for the Orioles, batting .295 with 2 homers, 5 home runs. And this is Newhouser's third appearance. He's 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball back to Hal. That'll be out number 1. One up and one down here for the Orioles. And now you got Mr. Jack Tobin up. Tobin's hitting .480 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15 and a 9. 15 and a 7. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Tobin's aboard here with 1 out. And George Sisler's up now. And Sisler batting .204 on the year, no homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty in 19. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they'll get the runner out at second. Won't be able to turn 2. Sisler's down at first now with 1 out. And Ken Williams is at the plate. Ken Williams batting .326 with a homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Puts the runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. And we got Harlan Clift up. Clift's batting .258 on the year. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Let's see if 2 outs. He takes it himself. And he's going to throw down to second and get the out that way. And that'll end the inning. Orioles strand 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Orioles nothing. Tigers coming up to the plate with Cobb, Veck, and Kaline. Ty Cobb's batting .289. He's got 2 homers and 7 RBIs. This is Jack Powell's third start. He's 0-2 with a 4.91 ERA. And that's going to be against the righty, 18. That's going to be a ground ball back to swing and a miss, rather. Jack's going to strike Ty Cobb out for out number 1. And brings up Bobby Beck now. And Bobby is 0 for 3 on the year. Here's the pitch to Beck. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Wallace. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. Brings up Al Kaline now. And Kaline's batting .317 with 5 homers and 11 RBIs. And he gets this one in the right field. It drops in front of Tobin. That'll be a 2-out base hit. And Greenberg steps up to the plate now with 2 outs and a runner down at first. Hank's hitting .216 on the year, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a 10 against the righty, and 19. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And Kaline will get down to third easily with no throw. You got first and third now and 2 out. Tigers trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the first and take the lead. And Charlie Gehringer's coming up to the plate now. And Charlie's batting .229. He's got 0 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, over to first to end the inning. And the Tigers strand too. We get to the top of the second, no score. We got Farrell, Mello, and Wallace due up here for the Orioles. Rick's batting .250, no homers and 5 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. See where this one ends up at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. A leadoff double by Farrell. And the Orioles are trying to threaten here in the second to get the lead. And Sky skis up. He's batting 0 for 8 on the year. See if Mello can get something done here. 36. That's going to be popped up down the short. Harvey's got it for out number 1. Big out there. Runner stays put. See if Bobby Wallace can do some damage here. Wallace batting .237. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be popped up down the short too. 2 pop-ups down the short. 2 big outs by NEWHOUSER. Now you got the pitcher up. And the leadoff double still down at second. And Jack Powell, can he do it himself? Powell's batting .250 on the year because we don't need no stinking DH. See if Powell can deliver and get himself a run here. And nope, that's going to be popped up down the second. So 3 pop-ups after the homer, after the double rather. And that runner stays put. The Orioles come up empty. We go to the bottom of the second. Boone, Kuhn, and Blauser. And Boone's batting .162 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Boone for out number 1. Harvey comes up now. Harvey's batting .222. No homers and 1 RBI. And Harvey gets a hold of this one. Squares this one up, and that ball's hit in the deep left field. It's rolling around out there. And that'll be a triple by Harvey. So Harvey's down at third now with 1 out. And Bassler's up now. And Bassler's batting .286 with no homers and 1 RBI. Harvey down at third. They'll play the infield back. Here's the pitch to Johnny. That's going to be a base on balls. So they walk Johnny, and that'll set up NEWHOUSER. And NEWHOUSER, he is 0 for 4. Runners on first and third. They're going to let him swing away. Here's the pitch to Howe. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And a 34 and a 1. And that's going to be fielding column 3. Out to left field. A 53. Let's see. Harvey's not great speed, but he should be able to. That should be deep enough. Not a great arm out there by Ken. 33. So they're going to throw the ball in. That's going to be a fly ball out the left. They're not even going to try to get the runner. And that's going to make it a 1-0 game. NEWHOUSER comes through because we don't need no stinking DH. He gets a sacrifice fly. And now you got 2 down. Ty Cobb up to the plate. Cobb batting .283. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty at 18. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And John's going to stop at second. Now you got first and second and 2 outs for Bobby Vick. And Vick, he grounded out the third his first time up. Tigers already got 1 run in, looking to add some insurance runs. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be a 40. Team 2, 3, 8, 9, 14, 22, 29, 37, 30. That'll be fielding column 2. Low line drive. And that's going to be called out there by Baby Doll for out number 3. Nice play by Baby Doll. That ends the inning. But the Tigers get 1. We go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Detroit. You have the top of the order due up. Baby Doll just made that great catch, followed by Tobin and Sisler. He grounded out the pitcher his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Baby Doll's aboard here with a leadoff single. And up to the plate now is Jack Tobin. And Tobin's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be the old tailor-made double play. That ball is hit down the short. Harvey's got it. Up with it, fires over to Charlie, over to Hank. 6-4-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for George Sisler. And Sisler reached on a fielder's choice the first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Tigers. You got K-Line, Greenberg, and Gehringer due up here. K-Line singled his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, against the righty rather, a 19. That's going to be a ground swing and a miss. He strikes K-Line out. See Detroit's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here against Baltimore and Detroit. Then they stay home and play the A's. Hank Greenberg's 1 for 1 today. He singled his first time up. And that ball was hit well. And that ball is hit in the right field. Sorry, in the left. Yeah. That ball is hit in the left field. So he pulls that ball. Let's get it right. What am I looking at here? It's a 3. So he pulls that ball in the left field for a triple. So Greenberg's down there with a 1-out triple. The Orioles will play back. Again, not wanting to give up too many runs here. 1 out. And Charlie's up. And Charlie's 0 for 1, grounded out the third his first time up. That's going to be base on balls. That does set up the double play. And Boone's not very fast. So now you got first and third and 1 out. Boone struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a 19 and a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 25 and a 1. That might be fielding column 2. And it is. 54. That'll be a 9. Greenberg will tag up with no throw. And that'll make it a 2-0 lead. Boone gets the sacrifice fly. Harvey's up now. The runner on first and 2 outs. And Harvey tripled his first time up. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a base on balls. First and second now. 2 outs. See if the Tigers can bust this game open here. John Blasser's up. Blasser walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Wallace. He'll go to short way to second. And that'll end the inning. But the Tigers score 1, make it 2-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. You got Williams, Clift, and Farrell due up here. Williams walked his first time up. And that's going to be a 20. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Cobb and left for out number 1. Excuse me. And that'll bring up Cliff now. And Harland reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Cliff walks on down to first. Brings up Rick Farrell now. And Rick hit a double his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 19 and an 8. That's going to be a fly ball out to Cobb again. 2 fly balls to Cobb, 2 outs now. And here comes Ski. And Ski's 0 for 1. He popped up the short his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Beck in center. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2. No, it wasn't. He had a walk in there. They strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You got NEWHOUSER and then Cobb and Beck due up here. Hale had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sisler. He calls off Pound, takes it himself for out number 1. Brings up Ty Cobb now. And Cobb, he is struck out and singled. And that's going to be an infield hit. Cobb's aboard here with a 1-out hit. Let's see if he stays put down here or takes off. Cobb, that would make him a 21. And he's going to take off and try to make it down to second, folks. A 43 or lower. He's safe at second. And he's in there with a stolen base. Cobb steals second. Gets in scoring position here with 1 out. See how many stolen bases that is for Cobb on the year. That is his 3rd stolen base. He's been caught 4 times. And now you got Cobb down at second for Beck. And Bobby's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out to center. And that's going to be against the righty. An 18 on an 8. And that's going to be hit down to second. Will the runner get over to 25 on a 7? And that'll still be fielding column 1. The runner will get down. Nope. There's 1 out. That's going to be a pop up to third. And the runner will stay put. And now there's 2 outs and Cobb's still down at second for Al Kaline. And Kaline's 1 for 2. He's walked and struck. He singled and struck out. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kaline. Cobb gets stranded down at second. We go to the 5th. 2-0 Tigers. We got Wallace, Powell, and then back to Baby Doll. And Bobby is 0 for 1, popped up to short. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. 32 on an 8. Johnny should have that easily. And he does. He fires down the first for out number 1. Here comes Jack Powell up now. And Powell is 0 for 1. He popped up the second his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that is NEWHOUSER's first strikeout of the game. And up now is Baby Doll. And Baby Doll is 1 for 2. He is singled and grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Greenberg takes it himself. And that'll be out number 3. To the bottom of the 5th we go. We got Greenberg, Gehringer, and Boone due up. Hank's 2 for 2. He is singled and tripled. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And all of a sudden, Jack Powell struck out 3 in a row. Here comes Charlie up now. That's his 5th strikeout for Powell. Charlie's 0 for 1. He is grounded out and walked. And that's going to be a ground ball down the wall as he bobbles that one. That's an E6. So Gehringer's aboard here with 1 out for Ray Boone. And Boone's 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice fly and struck out. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. See ya later. Double your pleasure, double your fun with double mint gum. It's now 4-0 instead of 2-0. Boone hits a 2-run shot. And that brings up Harvey now. Harvey's 1 for 1. He's walked and tripled. And that's going to be another base on balls. Powell all of a sudden struggling after striking out 3 in a row. And here's Johnny. Johnny's 0 for 1. He has walked and reached on a fielder's choice. Been on base both times. And against the righty, I'll make a 16. And that's going to be popped up down the third. And Cliff's got it for out number 2. And now you got NEWHOUSER's up. He had a sacrifice fly, and he's grounded out the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. But the 2-run homer by Boone gives the Tigers a 4-0 lead. We go to the top of the 6th. Tobin, Sisler, and Williams due up here against Howe. And Tobin's 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded into a double play. And that's going to be a fly ball. Actually, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Tobin for out number 1. And Sisler's up now. He's 0 for 2. Reached on fielder's choice and grounded out. And that's going to be a 19 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Howe. He's up with it. Fires over the first. 2 down. And Williams is up now. And Williams is 0 for 1. He's walked and flew out to left. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Bobby's got it, and that'll end the inning. Tigers go down in order. To the bottom of the 6th week. The Orioles go down in order. The Tigers coming up with the top of the order. Cobb, Vec, and K-Line. Cobb 2 for 3. He's struck out, singled twice, and stolen a base. And that's going to be well hit by Cobb. Cobb having a heck of a game here. And that ball is blasted into left field. And that's going to be a lead-off triple by Ty Cobb. That's going to force the Orioles to bring the infield in. They can't give up any more runs now. Down by 4 in the 6th inning here. Bobby's 0 for 3. He is grounded out, flown out, and popped up. And a 36, and that's going to be a base on balls. Vec walks on down the first. Powell's got himself in a mess here in the 6th, 1st and 3rd. Got to keep the infield in. Al Kaline's up now. He's 1 for 3. He's walked and struck out twice. And not this time against the righty. 19. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Bobby's going to stop at second, but that's an RBI single. Now it's first and second and still nobody out. Powell struggling here. It is now a 5-0 ball game. This might be his last batter if he can't get Greenberg out. He's 2 for 3 with a single, triple, and he struck him out. And that's going to be a base on balls. That fills the bases. And that's going to be it for Powell. As the lefty comes up, let's see who they got in the bullpen here. They might do a double switch here with Williams. Let's see here. Yeah, I think Rice is going to come off the bench. And he'll bat in the 9 spot. Williams will come out of the game and see they're bringing a lefty here. See what the bullpen looks like. Well, then you got one lefty in the bullpen, so that's Hamilton's coming in the game. And Hamilton will bat in the 4 spot. Rice will come in and bat in the 9 spot. And Rice will play center field. Let's see here. Move Rice in the center. Yeah, we'll keep Rice in left field. Yep, we'll keep it that way. Rice will play left field. That'll be it for Powell. Bases juice for Hamilton. With still nobody out. Charlie's up here. You got Tigers everywhere you look. Beck at third, Kaline at second, Greenberg at first, and Charlie at the plate. Charlie's 0 for 2. He has walked. He has grounded out, and he reached on an error. Here's the pitch to Charlie, and that's going to be a base on balls as Hamilton comes in his 3rd appearance of the year with no record, and he just walked in a run. So now it's 6-0, and now Boone's up. Boone's already hit a home run in this game. Ray is 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer plus a sacrifice fly, and he struck out. And that's going to be another base on balls. Hamilton can't find the strike zone. Has walked 2 guys in. And it is now 7-0. Still nobody out. Harvey's up. He's 1 for 1. He's walked twice, then tripled. Here's the pitch to Harvey. And that's going to be against the lefty. I'll make him a 13. Bases full on an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. 54 on a 2. That's probably fielding column 3. And it is 31, 8 on a 13. That was in the center field. And a 55. And that should score Hank. Let's see if the runner on third, a 55. Let's see here, a 55. So they're not going to go for Hank. See if Charlie's going to try the tag up here. That'd be a 46. 28. 28. And they're going to try for Charlie at third. The runner will score. And here's the throw. It'll be a 54 lower. And he's in there. Does Boone go to? Boone will stay put at first. So that'll be a sacrifice fly out the center. And we got a runner on first and third now with one out. And here's Johnny. Johnny's 0 for 2 now with a walk. He has reached on a fielder's choice. And he has popped up the third. And down by 8 now. They're going to play the infield back, looking for the double play to try to get out of this mess. And it's not going to work because that's going to be against the lefty. Johnny's going to make him a 28 on a 7. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And a 33. That will make him a fielding column 2, I would think. A 33, yep. To the left field. 53. And he's going to score without a throw. So another sacrifice fly makes it 9-0. And up to the plate now is Hal with a 9-0 lead as the Tigers have blown this game open here in the 6th. Hal is 0 for 2. He's got an RBI sacrifice fly. He's grounded out and struck out. And not this time. Hal's going to get on in the action because we don't need no stinking DH. He squares it up. And that ball is blasted, folks. How far is this one going to go? 22 with a runner on first. And that ball is out of here. NEWHOUSER hits a homer, folks. He gets grooved one and drives that ball in the right field for a 2-run shot. It is now 11-0 Detroit. And the round is on. And we got Ty Cobb up now. He is 3 for 4, having a great game. He has struck out, singled twice, and tripled. And they're going to get him out. And that'll end the inning. That's a ground ball down the Sisler. But the Tigers score 7 and blow this game open. We go to the top of the 7th. It is 11-0 Tigers. We got Clift, Farrell, and Ski-Doo up here. And Harlan's 0 for 1 with a walk, reached on the fielder's choice. That's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Hal's coming after him now, folks, with an 11-run lead. Can't blame him. Here's Rick Farrell now. He's 1 for 2 with a double and flown out to left. And that's going to be popped up down the second. Charlie's got it for out number 2. And here comes Ski. And Ski is 0 for 2. He's popped up and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Orioles. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 11-0 Tigers. And we got Bobby Beck up, followed by K-Line and Greenberg. Beck is 0 for 3 with a walk. Grounded out, popped up, and flown out. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Everybody gets a hit today, it looks like, for the Tigers. Up to the plate now, Al K-Line with nobody out and a runner at first. K-Line's 2 for 4 with an RBI, 2 singles, and 2 strikeouts. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And 39, he's going to stay put. Bobby is at second. So first and second and nobody out. And Hank's up. Greenberg now with runners on, nobody out. Greenberg's 2 for 3. He's walked, he's singled, tripled, and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rice in left field. And that'll be out number 1. And here's Charlie now. Charlie is 0 for 2. He's walked twice, has an RBI, and reached on an error. And that's going to be a 7, 18, and an 8. That's going to be popped up down the short. Wallace has got it. And now there's 2 outs and a runner still at first and second. So it's up to Boone. Boone's having a hell of a game here, folks. He is 1 for 2 with a homer, a sacrifice fly. He's walked and struck out. He's got 4 RBIs on the game. And that's going to be another base on balls. That'll fill the bases up here now. Base is juiced. And we got Harvey up now. 2 outs, nowhere to put Harvey. And Harvey is 1 for 1. He has tripled, and he has walked twice. He's been on base every time. Yeah, it's a sacrifice fly. I'm sorry. Hasn't been on base every time. Excuse me. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And he'll go over to second for the put out. And that ends the inning. The Tigers leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still an 11-run lead, though, for them. As Hal takes the mound here, pitching a 3-hit shutout. You got Wallace due up here, followed by Rice and Jacobson. Bobby is 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3. So that's a ground ball back to Hal. Tosses it over to first for out number 1. And here comes Mr. Rice up now. And Rice's first plate appearance since coming in the game in that double switch. Batting .321 with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. And that is going to be a base hit. Let's see here. It might not be a base hit. 19. Let's see here. Might not be a base hit. So that'll be against a lefty. Make him a 21. 21. And no, that's not a base hit. That's going to be another ground ball. Nope, that's going to be popped up to third. Harvey's got it. Nice play down there. Wow, Harvey goes out in shallow left field, takes a base hit away from Rice. And that brings up Baby Doll now. He's 1 for 3. He's grounded out twice and singled. And that's going to be a 9 against a 16. And that will be an infield hit. Baby Doll gets on with a Baltimore chop against the Baltimore Orioles, only fitting. And now you got 2 outs, a runner down at first for Tobin. And Tobin is 1 for 3. He's singled, grounded out, and struck out. Excuse me. And that's going to be a ground ball down to first. He's going to toss it over to Hal covering. And that'll end the inning. 1 runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We got Blasser, Hauser, and Cobb due up. Johnny is 0 for 2. He has walked, reached on a fielder's choice, popped up and had a sacrifice flies last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the cliff. He fires across the diamond for out number 1. And here's Hal. And Hal is 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer, folks. 2-run homer and a sacrifice fly. Like I say, we don't need no stinking DH. Here's the pitch to Hal. And he gets a hold of this one. He drives this ball in left field, but Rice goes back near the track, makes the catch. Hal almost flirted with his second home run of the game, folks. Drove that one. Now there's 2 outs for Ty Cobb, and Cobb is 3 for 5 with a triple. He has struck out, singled twice, and stole a base. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Tigers. To the top of the 9th we go. You'll have Sisler, a pitch hitter for Hamilton, and Cliff due up here. Hal trying to go to distance on a 4-hit shutout. And Sisler's 0 for 3. He has reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out twice. And that's going to be a 5. That'll be a 24. That's going to be a single, a leadoff single by George. He gets aboard. He's not giving up yet, down by 11. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for Hamilton. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here against the lefty. And it looks like it's going to be Gene Robertson's going to come off the bench. One on and nobody out for Gene. There's Gene. And Gene is batting 200 on the year. No homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. It's going to be a 25 and a 9. And that's going to be popped up down the third. Well, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes Gene out. Gene goes down swinging for out number 2. Out number 1. Here comes Cliff up now. And Cliff, he's 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a 25 and a 9, 25 and an 8. And that's going to be popped up down the short. 2 outs now. And the Orioles are down to their last out. And Farrell. And Rick is 0 for 2 today. 1 for 3 with a double. Flown out the left and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Charlie. He goes the short way over to second. And that ends the game. And it was a massacre, folks. 11-0 Detroit. Look here at the box score. And this slaughter. Long way. And that's the shutout. The star is for Hal, his first shutout of the year. And the Orioles, no runs on 5 hits and an error. The Tigers, 11 runs on 12 hits. Baby Doll had 2 of the 5 hits. Other than that, wasn't much to talk about. Orioles were 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position, left 6 men on base. Different game completely for the Tigers. Cobb 3 for 6. K-Line 3 for 5. Greenberg 2 for 4. You had Boone and Newhouser. Don't forget Hal 1 for 4 with a homer and a sacrifice fly. The Tigers are only 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Left 11 men on base. What this game could have been, huh? Could have really been ugly. Powell goes to 0-3, 5 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, walked 6, struck out 6, and gave up a homer. Hamilton comes in 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and gave up a homer. Howell goes the distance, picks up his second win. 9 innings, 5 hits, shutout, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. And now the Indians are a half a game up on the Yankees, Tigers, and Senators. Red Sox and Orioles are a game back now. White Sox 2 games back, and the A's 2.5. Ted Williams with that 486 batting average. Lou Gehrig with 7 home runs. Ted Williams with 16 RBIs. And Bob Shockey with a 0.6 ERA. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers tied with 2 wins. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitchers tied with 2 saves. Lou's still leading in MVP voting. And Hal Newhouser just took over the best pitcher lead over Cy Young. And the next game will be against these Orioles and Tigers. Let's see if the Orioles can mount a game here. You'll have Urban Shocker against George Mullen. Be the next game. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Tiger Stadium, hit that like button. Leave a comment. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.